Hey everyone, I'm back in Eco Town in Hachioji, Owada to check out all the offs, including a liquor off. Although I didn't go on liquor off, but I like to say liquor off. While you're laughing at the word hard off, I'm laughing at the word liquor off. This is a massive complex, just you can tell there, it's just huge. I was here about a year and a half ago, and I've always wanted to come back, so I was happy to make this trip today. This was not here last time I was here. Apparently someone had a lot of free time and a lot of soda, and now apparently probably a very damaged bladder to make that sign. But let's take a look and see what they got. Right at the entrance, you got these Donkey Kong Country CDs. These 400,000 yen for all three of them. That's not a typo. I have never seen a Donkey Kong Country soundtrack in Japan for less than $1,000 USD. So I guess there you go. That is nuts, though. Less nuts are these MSX computers. We got a nice Toshiba one here, the HK10DX. And then over here, a couple more by Victor and Sony. I love the look of those so much. A lot of Game & Watches here, too. Very interesting that most of them seem to be working well, which is quite rare, to be honest, so they were pretty expensive. Below that, you had other interesting toys and electronics, some old game systems, and then this old Dracula House like LCD game that was pretty cool looking, and another cool LCD game, like a baseball one. But below that was some really interesting stuff. So that Nintendo thing is a GameCube cable that is a D-terminal adapter. D-terminal is like an analog format that's kind of like component cables. They are apparently very good and capable of HD, which is why they cost so much. Then next to that, or behind that, is a Bandai TV Jack 1200. One of the first game systems in Japan. Is a second generation, the Model 2 of the TV Jack that has detachable controllers. It's basically a big Pong system, but very interesting. Again, one of the first systems to come out in Japan. Then tons of games here. Just so many games. Famicom, Mega Drive, PC Engine, Game Boy, as you can see, even some Game Gear stuff, you name it. But I am not a retro games expert, so I will not be commenting on this. I will just say that if you're in Tokyo and looking for games, you should probably come here instead of Akihabara. A lot of movies, but mostly DVDs, and I hate DVDs because I want HD, so I don't look at the movies that much. Not really worth my time. But Laserdiscs are, and here are your gratuitous shot of very heavy Laserdisc box sets, and then the selection of records. Good selection here. I was pretty surprised. They had Japanese pop, rock, as you can see, jazz, classical, good soundtrack selection. One of the biggest selections of records I've seen at a Hard-Off with actual good music that I might want to buy. I didn't, though, because I got to carry it back, and it's heavy, and lots of good stuff. Oh, man. Hey, Star Wars Born. But anyway, we're not into that. Let's go look at electronics. Let's look at an oscilloscope. That's not that old, but I thought it looked cool. I love oscilloscopes. Also not that old, but also looking cool is this massive video switcher. I don't know how many. Is that like 10 different outputs? That's nuts. Like, who is that for? It must be for like a TV station or something. Crazy. Less crazy, but that's kind of cute. I thought it was a cute phone. Nice little cute phone. That's cute. And then big phones. That's expensive for a big phone. Who knew that those still go for so much money? I thought this said CDI, but it's actually a CD1. It is a very early, like, digital printer, apparently. Strange. Then over here, speaking of strange, we have a terrifying keyboard that I almost bought, but I think the circular keys will be terrible and just not worth the money. So I put that back. I should have bought it. I also should have bought a home planetarium because, I like Hawkwind, and I could, put on Hawkwind and be in the stars, man. But anyway, let's look at some, not so old but still interesting portable stereos. These are good. I tell people a lot, if you're looking for a decent tape deck and you don't want to spend a ton of money, buy one of these. They're going to be better than the ones you see on stores today. They're reliable, and a lot of them just look cool. I like the aesthetic of them and the design. Good deals, too. Then above them were some older ones. These are more of the portable radio variety, mostly from the 70s. And then you had this dope-looking one here. This is actually a shortwave radio, hence the giant Hawken antenna and the big freaking knob. I have never seen one at a Hard-Off before, so that was interesting. Okay, so this is a Macintosh MC2300 stereo amplifier. These are apparently holy grails for some people, Other people can't stand them. They cost a fortune. Same with the one next to it. This one is from the 90s, another high-end stereo amplifier. I don't understand the appeal, but some people want them with their big, giant freaking speakers. Even crazier was up here around the corner, this Applause or AccuPhase clean power supply. Now, this is something that allegedly, as it says, removes noise from an electrical signal, and you apparently want one if you want really good quality audio and you want to spend over $2,000. Hooey. Much cheaper are the tapes, although, more expensive than you think. A lot of these tapes were about $10 a tape sometimes. But if you think about it, that makes sense because you can't find good tapes anymore. So you got to go old stock. So the best place for them. Some good styli here. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. My turntable has a better styli than most of these, but good prices. And then behind that, some nice old records, including a copy of Adam Hunt Mother for almost $200. Jeez, better be good. Very old styli down here. I couldn't get a good look at the names of them, though. And then some DACs for, digital audio conversion. At the bottom here, we have a Sony repeater. This is a special CD player for studying English. Oh no, it's going to put me out of a job. Walk away. I'm an English teacher. And then we have a very old turntable, probably from the late 50s or early 60s. This is a Grundig. It looks neat, but I bet that would turn my records to Swiss cheese. There was a CRT TV down there, but it's under that big cash register. I am not moving that. Oh, reel-to-reels, how I love thee. We have a Victor TD 550, a Pioneer RT1011H, and some nice TIAC models. Every time I see these, I'm tempted, especially these TIAC ones, because they were so sleek and cool looking. I got no space for it, though. I mean, if I bought a reel-to-reel player, it would not fit in my apartment. They're too big and they're too bulky. I would need some kind of custom-designed, hey there, look at that, a custom reel-to-reel thing. I'm to buy that. No, I won't. Okay, fine, whatever. I won't buy that. And I also won't buy this huge CD changer for karaoke or this amazing quote-unquote portable CD player / tape deck / record player by Columbia. I do love those, though. And then above the reel-to-reels, we had a very nice, cool-looking Marantz tape deck. This is actually a tape deck and a 4-track mixer for home recording, I would imagine. Very cool. Not a bad price either. Then around over here were the turntables. Not a lot of great ones or very unique ones anyway. There was a couple cool ones, though. This, again, a nice linear tracking turntable. How I love them. Let me count the ways. This came with the replacement styli. That's really crazy and weird. Nice model, too. Down here were some other linear tracking ones. Not as nice. Way too bulky for my tastes. Nice, sleek mini disc player from Denon. No, I love the high-end mini disc players. Just the look is so nice, and I love this TIAC. This is from '79. You got the height of '70s tech there with that amazing tape deck. And then below that, we have all the DATs. So many DATs. I don't know why Hard-Off has so many DATs all the time, but they always do. Here's one I haven't seen before, though. This is a CD player with a 100-disc changer. That's a lot of discs. I could fit, like, I don't know, a third of my Pearl Jam CDs in there. I have a lot of Pearl Jam. Don't ask. It's actually kind of a problem. I should sell some. But anyway, let's move on. A nice, more sleek CD player here with a cool design from Denon. And then below that, a really interesting one. This is a CD player that takes cartridges. So you load up 10 discs in a magazine and you reload your CD player like it's a machine gun. It's kind of cool. Moving on to the junk, we have a Final Fantasy branded mini disc player. I have no idea. And then some other portable audio. A lot of old Discman and other portable CD players here that are all junk. They're all broken, but, at $16-20 a pop, apparently people want them, and then they probably fix them up. Who knows? It's so many of them now. A lot of old mini disc players and tape decks, too. I'm loving the Tweety Bird tape deck. If I was 12 years old, I would want that, but I would get made fun of for it probably. Anyway, we have found a standalone 8-track player, which can mean only one thing. We are in the heart of the junk section, where apparently every VCR in Japan came to die. I have never seen so many VCRs, DVD players, and Laserdisc players, and projectors, we'll get there, in my entire life. My favorite of the bunch was this awesome one here with these great, big, chunky buttons. Oh, man. I wish that aesthetic had caught on. It feels like the future for like 1983. I love like pre-90s VCRs, because once the 90s hit, and especially the late 90s, they all look like that one up there, right? Kind of all the same, kind of boring. But before that, you get these great top loaders, huge buttons, cool screens, all that great stuff. Next to that was a projector. The first time I've seen one in a hard-off. This is an Elmo projector. Elmo stands for the Electric Light Machine Organization. That is from the 70s. Apparently, it is quite good. Hey there, Tiny TV. Love me a tiny TV with multiplex sound. Sure, whatever. And then more dead stuff here, but here's a really interesting thing. Now, what do you think this is? What should be in these containers? What? Any idea? Got any idea? Nope. It's Laserdisc. This is a Laserdisc changer for karaoke. That is amazing. That fits like 30 different Laserdiscs. Oh man, that is rad as hell. I've never seen one of those before. Such a great idea. It's so cool. And then overhead projectors. Oh no, I'm back in high school. Run away. Hey, oscilloscopes. Next to the oscilloscope was this radical SVHS player, portable, with the manual. Crazy. I loved it. It was very compact and actually quite lightweight. I almost bought it. I shouldn't buy it. I almost bought that. I don't even know what that is. It just looks cool. There's just so much stuff here that looks cool. I don't even know what it does. It's just fun to look at it. I know what that is, though. That's a telescope. My first telescope sighting in a hard-off. Usually I only see microscopes. But anyway, science! Around the corner, there were 8 million dead boomboxes and portable stereos. As you can tell, most of these are from the 90s and early 2000s, so not a lot of good blasters. Some nice stuff here though. A public address system. That's a first for a hard-off. Never seen that before. And then around the corner, something else I've never seen before. That little black box is a TV photo projector player thing. You plug it into your TV and look at your photos. Strange. Hey, pink boombox. Hey, almost real boombox. That's a nice one. This Toshiba, but not what I'm looking for. Not stereo and not chunky enough. Give me a big, chunky, old boom. That's my stuff. This is a Sharp GF303, aka the Searcher. Apparently this thing turns on, but there's no antenna and the tape deck is busted. Oh well. I love this little alien looking thing too. What's in here? What? Oh my god. This plays tapes and CDs. I love this lookout. This just screams 1994 in every way I love. This is a video editing switcher, I believe. Cool design, but I mostly grabbed it to move it to take a look at what was under it in this terrifying box. It was not Gwyneth Paltrow's head. It was a old Sony tape recorder. I have no idea when this is from. I think probably the 70s. It looked like it had lived a very rough life. However, this Victor KA700 lived a nice life. I love the style on this. Those yellow, orange, and red buttons. Just, oh man. Oh, it's gorgeous. Not gorgeous are dead reel-to-reels. Oh, these are in bad shape. That last one, holy shit. What the hell happened there? Ooh, wee. Then some nice stereo comment. This looks like one my dad used to have. It might even be the same type. And then cute mini disc players. Ooh, brushed steel. Cute. Hey, here's a portable scale. Did my old roommate / drug dealer move to Tokyo? Oh no. Well, anyway, moving on. This is a video high density or VHD of Footloose. And I have another one here for White Nights. This is a weird format that was really only in Japan. It's kind of like a video disc. You see how it's like a cartridge, you put the whole thing in there. It's not like a Laserdisc. They're an interesting format. That Tecmo did a whole video on it. Look it up. Then over here, some more junk, some deader than dead old portable games. So many of them, no. I've never seen so many in one. And then, wow. Oh, this is where all the Game Boy and DS's and Game Gears apparently go to die. It's sad, really. Moving on to the second floor, there are instruments, starting with this massive set of traditional drums that were about $500 US. Awesome design, heavy as hell, but totally rad. Now, moving up here is the instrument section. I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot about this stuff, so I'm just going to let people look at it, and then you can comment, oh my god, that's a blah, blah, blah. Like, for example, here's this, looks like a really old effects box that's, 39,000 yen. And then all the keyboards. I'm a big keyboard fan, but only in the extent that I like looking at them and pushing the keys and making fun noises and listening to Rick Wakeman. I don't know much about keyboards. I know the difference between an organ and an analog synth and a digital synth, but that's about the end and beginning of my knowledge. But I'll do a quick pan through of them after we see more bell sets. That's the third bell set I've seen in a Hard-Off in less than a month. Crazy. Anyway, here are all the keyboards. Crazy diverse selection here from the cheap to the obscenely expensive, which we'll get to. I don't know much about that Korg Prophecy. I know that one, though. That is a Korg MS-10. Oh, I love them. Love them so much. Oh, they're gorgeous. Huge Yamaha CS10 with all the knobs. You could have a knob. And then next to it, an even huger Korg. My God. I don't know when these are from. I'm imagining most of them are pretty old and some are new. That looks a bit newer, maybe from the 90s. And then I think down here are some more budget ones or just typical ones. And here's a dope Hammond organ. That was junk, but it looked great. These guitars are probably garbage because they're $50 a pop, so I'm gonna bet they're not that good. Like the pink though, but there were a lot of guitars here and other stringed instruments. Need a harp? How about a traditional stringed Japanese instrument? Mandolin, you name it. They got it. This is a lot of guitars. See? Look at all the freaking guitars. This is an amazing selection of musical instruments. I wish I knew more about all this stuff. But I just thought it would be good to show. Just freeze frame it. See one you like. Tell me about it in the comments if you can. I would love to know more about those guitars and, these drums. The drums are cool too. We didn't spend much time in the book off because it was, mostly books and I can't read Japanese. The hobby off had some good stuff though. This one had a lot of old toys and it looked like a lot of them from America. You could see those Batman toys and some old Star Wars toys. Interesting stuff there and some, Japanese toys obviously. But what got my attention here were these movie programs. I love Japanese movie programs. I have a ton of them at home. They have cool pictures sometimes original illustrations, interviews, synopses, of course. They're all in Japanese, but my boyfriend helps me. I grabbed that Ghostbusters 1 right away. And then finishing up here at the toys, I wanted to show off the Ultraman section leading into Godzilla. I don't know what his deal is with his flared neck, but he was very expensive at 99,000 yen. And then a big tail, more big tail. Don't touch the big tail. A big tail followed by a big ass Godzilla who had seen better days, but I believed all his parts were with him. And he had assorted Godzilla friends around him. But that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I should have more Hard-Off videos up soon. I've already been to quite a few more. I just got to edit and put them together. If you liked this, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like it. And as always, you can follow me online at lostturntable.com and on Twitter at lostturntable. I'll see you next time. Take care.